Something needs to be said right at the start of this video. One viewer left a comment on the last Glock ranking that said, and I'm going to read this exactly. This video was posted 3 weeks ago, while Glock announced 2 months back that half the pistols on this list will be discontinued. How is this not a waste of time? That comment had 0 likes when it was posted. It has a lot more now, and they were right. In 2026, Glock is in the middle of the biggest generational shift the brand has seen in nearly a decade. Gen 6 officially launched on January 20th, 2026. 3 new models are already on dealer shelves. More are confirmed to be coming, and yet plenty of ranking videos are still showing Gen 5 models as current, still ignoring the Gen 6 entirely and still ranking discontinued pistols as if people can actually walk into a store and buy them today. Not this video. This is a fully updated 2026 ranking of the top 10 Glock pistols for everyday carry. Every pistol on this list is in current production and actually available right now. Gen 6 models are treated as Gen 6 models, and the ranking is built around one thing only: which Glock gives you the best combination of size, reliability, shootability, and real-world carryability in 2026. No discontinued models, no lazy AI copy-paste. Let's go. Number 10. Glock 43. Best for pocket carry, absolute maximum concealment, shooters with smaller hands. Some viewers in the comments mentioned the G43 and one person specifically said it works perfectly for their carry. They are not wrong for a very specific type of shooter. Nothing in Glock's lineup touches it. The Glock 43 is the smallest, thinnest, lightest 9mm Glock ever made. At just 1.06 inches wide and 18 ounces unloaded, it genuinely disappears in a pocket holster or under the lightest summer clothing in a way that no other Glock can claim. For shooters in warm climates where printing is a constant concern, this matters enormously. The honest trade-off is capacity. 6+1 is the factory standard. That number is thin in 2026 when most competitors offer double that. The aftermarket does not have a clean capacity solution for the 43 the way the Shield Arms magazines solved the 43X capacity problem. And Glock confirmed the 43 will not receive a Gen 6 update in the initial rollout. But here's the reality. 6 rounds of 9mm from a gun you actually carry every day beats 15 rounds from a gun sitting at home because it was too heavy to bother with. For the right shooter in the right situation, the G43 still earns its spot. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 6+1, barrel 3.39 inches, weight 18 ounces, price $399 to $479. The verdict: the most concealable 9mm Glock ever made. Capacity is its weakness, and there is no getting around that. But for absolute deep concealment where nothing else fits, the G43 still has a role in 2026. Number 9. Glock 48 MOS. Best for slim carry with better shootability, appendix carry, shooters who want length without width. The Glock 48 MOS is one of the most underappreciated pistols in Glock's entire lineup, and it deserves more attention than it gets. Here's the core appeal. The 48 gives you a longer 4.17-inch barrel and a longer sight radius than the 43X, while keeping the exact same slim 1.1-inch width. That combination means it shoots noticeably flatter and more accurately than the shorter slimline models, while concealing just as well in terms of thickness. For appendix carry specifically, the slightly longer slide actually makes for a more comfortable all-day carry experience than shorter guns that dig in. The MOS version ships with Ameriglow night sights from the factory and accepts a red dot directly to the slide. With Shield Arms S15 magazines, you push capacity to 15+1, which completely transforms this pistol from a limited carry option into a full capability everyday carry solution. The G48 and 43X share the same lower frame and magazines, which means accessories bought for one work on the other. It will not receive a Gen 6 update in the first wave, but the Gen 5 MOS version currently available is still an excellent fully modern platform that delivers outstanding value. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 10+1 stock, 15+1 with Shield Arms mags, barrel 4.17 inches, width 1.1 inches, price $500 to $560. The verdict: slim as the 43X but longer and flatter shooting. Add Shield Arms magazines and you have one of the best concealed carry platforms Glock makes at any price. Genuinely underrated and consistently overlooked. Number 8. Glock 26 Gen 5 MOS. Best for maximum carry versatility, shooters who own other Glocks, deep concealment with double stack capacity. Multiple comments on the last video mentioned the G26 and one viewer simply wrote, G26 nuff said. That confidence is earned. The Glock 26 Gen 5 MOS is the subcompact double stack that gives you something no slimline Glock can offer. Compatibility with every standard double stack, 9mm Glock magazine ever made. Your G17 magazines work. Your G19 magazines work. Your 33-round extended magazines work. That universal magazine compatibility is a genuine tactical and practical advantage that gets overlooked in spec sheet comparisons. The Gen 5 MOS brought the Glock marksman barrel for improved accuracy, removed the finger grooves that divided shooter opinion for years, added an ambidextrous slide stop, and equipped the slide for optics mounting. At 3.43 inches wide, the G26 is thicker than the slimline models, but it is still a genuinely concealable subcompact that rewards shooters willing to carry a slightly wider gun with more capacity options than any other Glock in this size class. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 10+1 standard, accepts all G17/G19 mags, barrel 3.43 inches, weight 21.5 ounces, price $550 to $630. The verdict: the most magazine versatile carry Glock available. If you already own other Glock pistols, the G26 Gen 5 MOS deserves serious consideration as your carry gun because your entire magazine collection works with it immediately. Number 7. Glock 43 XMOS Best 4. Slim everyday carry, first Glock purchase, warm weather carry. One viewer commented that they carry the 43X in summer when they need the gun tucked tight. Another said they have both the G19 and G43X, and they trust their life to either one. Both of those endorsements reflect exactly what this pistol does well. The 43X MOS is the sweet spot of Glock's slimline family. Longer grip than the G43 for better control and a natural full hand purchase. The same slim 1.1-inch width as the G48 for clean concealment. The MOS slide accepts red dot optics directly from the factory, and with Shield Arms S15 magazines, you reach 15+1 capacity in a package that is genuinely thinner than a Glock 19. What makes the 43X MOS specifically relevant in 2026 is how complete the aftermarket has become around it. Holsters from every major maker, weapon lights designed specifically for the slimline rail, extended magazine options, and trigger upgrade kits that transform an already decent factory trigger into something genuinely excellent. The stock 10+1 capacity without aftermarket magazines is still a real limitation, and the factory trigger remains a standard Glock trigger. But as a total package with Shield Arms magazines installed, the 43X MOS is one of the most capable carry solutions Glock has ever produced. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 10+1 stock, 15+1 with Shield Arms mags, barrel 3.41 inches, weight 18.7 ounces, price $500 to $580. The verdict: the most popular slim carry Glock for a reason. Easy to conceal, easy to shoot well, and with Shield Arms magazines installed, genuinely competitive with anything in its size class from any manufacturer. Number 6. Glock 45 Gen 6 Best 4. Crossover carry and duty, shooters who want full grip with compact slide, versatile all-around use. The Glock 45 is the crossover concept that Glock got completely right. A full-size Gen 6 grip frame paired with the compact G19 slide. The result is a pistol that gives you a full hand purchase and 17-round magazine capacity, while keeping the shorter, lighter slide of the compact model for faster handling and easier holster carry. The G45 Gen 6 arrives with the full suite of Gen 6 updates. The new RTF6 grip texture, combining two texture patterns into one for performance and comfort. The enlarged beaver tail encouraging a higher grip, the flat-faced trigger standard across all Gen 6 models, the undercut trigger guard allowing easier reach for a variety of hand sizes, and the new optic ready system that accepts RMR and DPP footprints with 3 polymer mounting plates included in the box. For shooters who found the full-size G17 slightly large for carry but wanted more grip real estate than the standard G19, the G45 is the answer that should have existed years earlier. In Gen 6 form, it is now the most refined version of that concept Glock has ever produced, and it ships at the same MSRP as the other Gen 6 models. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 17+1, barrel 4.02 inches, frame, full-size grip, compact slide, MSRP $745. The verdict: the crossover Glock that gives you full grip capacity with compact slide handling. In Gen 6 form, it is the most complete version of this concept Glock has made. For shooters who carry and compete with the same gun, the G45 Gen 6 is one of the smartest choices on this list. Number 5. Glock 23 Gen 5 MOS. Best for shooters who prefer .40 caliber, law enforcement carry, maximum stopping power, and compact size. Several viewers mentioned the G23 in comments. One said the G23 Gen 5 is their EDC. Another said G23 for carry and listed it alongside their collection. These are experienced shooters, and their preference for the .40 caliber compact deserves a proper explanation on this list. The Glock 23 Gen 5 MOS is the .40 caliber compact equivalent of the G19, and for many law enforcement agencies and serious civilian carriers, that caliber distinction matters. The .40 S&W cartridge delivers more energy per round than standard 9mm loads, and the G23's compact frame makes it genuinely carryable all day while delivering that additional power. The Gen 5 MOS version brought the marksman barrel, removed finger grooves, added ambidextrous controls, and made the slide optics ready. One practical advantage the G23 carries over 9mm compact competitors is its ability to run G32-357 SIG barrels with a simple barrel swap, giving the shooter genuine caliber flexibility in a single frame. It will not receive a Gen 6 update in the first wave, but the Gen 5 MOS remains a fully current, highly capable platform. For the shooter who wants compact size with .40 caliber performance, nothing in Glock's lineup competes with it. Specs: caliber .40 S&W, capacity 15+1, barrel 4.02 inches, weight 23.6 ounces, price $580 to $640. The verdict: the best .40 caliber carry Glock available. Compact enough for all-day carry, powerful enough to satisfy shooters who have never fully embraced the 9mm transition, and versatile enough to run 357 SIG with a barrel swap. Number 4. Glock 27 Gen 5. Best for maximum power in minimum size, law enforcement backup, .40 caliber subcompact carry. One viewer left a comment that simply said, Glock 27 Gen 3 is the ultimate carry weapon. 19 likes. And while the Gen 3 has its loyal following, the Gen 5 makes the case even stronger. The Glock 27 is the subcompact .40 caliber version of the G23, and it occupies a specific carry role that almost nothing else fills as effectively. It is small enough for true deep concealment. It delivers .40 S&W energy from a platform that fits in a jacket pocket. And like the G23, it accepts 357 SIG barrels for caliber flexibility. With a G22 or G23 magazine inserted for a grip extension, it becomes a far more comfortable range gun while still carrying small. The Gen 5 brought the marksman barrel, an ambidextrous slide stop, and removal of finger grooves to a platform that was already exceptional in its role. For law enforcement officers who carry a full-size .40 on duty and want a backup that uses the same magazines and manual of arms, the G27 Gen 5 is still the most logical answer on the market. Specs: caliber .40 S&W, capacity 9+1, barrel 3.43 inches, weight 21.8 ounces, price $549 to $600. The verdict: the ultimate subcompact .40 caliber carry pistol. Small enough to disappear completely, powerful enough to mean business, and compatible with your G22 and G23 magazines. The Gen 5 version is the best G27 Glock has ever made. Number 3. Glock 19 Gen 6. Best for all-around everyday carry, home defense, duty use. The shooter who wants one gun that does everything. One viewer wrote that they have carried a Gen 2 Glock 19 since 1988, and it is still their home gun. Rock solid, reliable, still going. That is not a coincidence. That is 40 years of the same platform proving itself in the real world every single day. The Glock 19 Gen 6 is the most significant update to the world's most popular carry pistol in nearly a decade, and it addresses every legitimate complaint that experienced shooters had accumulated against the Gen 5. The Gen 6 G19 features a flat-faced trigger for consistent placement and a cleaner perceived break, an integrated palm swell that subtly contours to the hand, the new EF6 grip texture covering a larger portion of the frame than any previous generation, an enlarged beaver tail encouraging a higher grip, a dedicated thumb rest that acts as a factory gas pedal for recoil management, and the new optic ready system that mounts red dots directly into the slide using 3 included polymer plates, accepting RMR, Shield's Delta Point/Hollow Sun K, and Seymour footprints. The Gen 6 also sealed the extractor channel, preventing excess thread lock from optic mounting from seeping into the slide internals and causing light strikes or extraction failures. The barrel geometry has been slightly changed with new chamfering for improved feeding. The Gen 6 G19 ships with 3 magazines in the box. MSRP is $745. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 15+1, barrel 4.02 inches, weight 23.6 ounces, MSRP $745. The verdict: the best Glock 19 ever made. The Gen 6 closes the ergonomics and optics gap that competitors had been exploiting for years. It is still the most proven, most supported, most trusted compact carry pistol in the world, and the Gen 6 update makes it genuinely better in every category that mattered. Number 2. Glock 17 Gen 6 Best for home defense, duty use, shooters who want maximum capacity with Glock reliability. One viewer said, Glock 17, case closed. Another said, Glock 17 is king, enough said. And a third said Glock is outdated and overrated. All 3 comments are understandable, and the honest answer lives somewhere between them. The Glock 17 is the original, the pistol that started everything in 1982. The first polymer-framed striker-fired pistol to prove the concept that the entire modern handgun industry now builds from. Over 40 years of continuous production, carried by more law enforcement agencies worldwide than any other pistol in history. That heritage is not marketing. It is documented operational history. The Gen 6 G17 arrives with the full ergonomic overhaul. Deeper, more aggressive slide serrations, the flat-faced trigger with consistent placement, RTF6 grip texture with a dedicated thumb rest, the enhanced beaver tail, redesigned undercut trigger guard for a higher grip, and the new optics mounting system with 3 plates included in the box, accepting RMR and DPP footprints. The Gen 6 G17 returns to the single captive recoil spring assembly, embracing the simplicity of earlier generations while streamlining the 9mm duty line. That change alone will matter to shooters who preferred the feel of pre-Gen 4 Glocks. At 17+1 capacity with the deepest aftermarket ecosystem of any pistol on the planet, the G17 Gen 6 in 2026 is the most refined version of the world's most influential pistol design. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 17+1, barrel 4.49 inches, weight 25.1 ounces, MSRP $745. The verdict: not just a legacy, a genuinely improved platform in its best generation yet. The G17 Gen 6 is the full-size Glock that finally feels like it caught up with the competition on ergonomics while never losing the reliability that made it the standard for 40 years. Number 1. Glock 19 Gen 6 MOS, the complete package. Best for the shooter who wants one gun for carry, home defense, range, and everything in between. Wait, did we just put the G19 at both number 3 and number 1? Yes. And here's exactly why that makes sense. At number 3, we covered the G19 Gen 6 as a straight carry pistol. At number 1, we are talking about something specific. The G19 Gen 6 in its MOS optics ready configuration, set up as the complete everyday carry package that addresses every single thing the comments on the last video were asking for. Red dot ready from the factory, 15+1 capacity, 4.02-inch barrel for excellent velocity and accuracy, 23.6 ounces that balance lightweight carry with enough mass to shoot comfortably. The full Gen 6 ergonomic package, the deepest aftermarket of any pistol in the world. Holsters available from day 1 of the Gen 6 launch, and a platform with 40 years of operational proof behind every single component. The viewers who said the G19 Gen 5 MOS is their carry gun for everything, range, home defense, and daily use are not making an emotional choice. They are making the most rational choice available. And in Gen 6 form, every legitimate criticism of that choice has been addressed. Triggers feel improved. Ergonomics is genuinely better. Optics mounting is properly integrated rather than bolted on as an afterthought. Extractor channel sealed. Palm swell added. Thumb rest built in from the factory. One viewer said they have alternated between their G23 Gen 5 and their G30 Gen 5 for years. Another said they run their G19 Gen 5 MOS for carry, range, and home defense. The pattern across hundreds of comments is consistent. Shooters who actually carry every day, train regularly and stake their safety on their choice tend to return to the G19 platform in one form or another. The Gen 6 MOS is the most capable version of that platform Glock has ever produced. Specs: caliber 9mm, capacity 15+1, barrel 4.02 inches, weight 23.6 ounces, MSRP $745. The verdict: number 1. The Glock 19. Gen 6 MOS is the most complete everyday carry pistol. Glock makes in 2026. Best balance of size and capacity, best supported platform in the world, and now, finally, the best ergonomics and optics system Glock has ever shipped from the factory. If you are buying one Glock for everything, this is the one. Every pistol on this list is in current production and available at dealers right now. Every Gen 6 model reflects the January 20th, 2026 launch specs directly from Glock. No discontinued models. No Gen 5 pretending to be current. The script was built from verified 2026 data, real comments from real shooters, and honest assessments of what each pistol actually does. Drop your current carry Glock in the comments and tell us one thing. Did the Gen 6 make you upgrade, or are you staying with your Gen 5?